Today I'm speaking with Christian Boisson, a French photographer whose work often explores the quiet intersections of humanity, belief, and place. His ongoing project, Once Upon a Face, takes us into sacred spaces around the world, capturing not just rituals, but the emotion and intensity behind them. I hope very much you will enjoy this conversation with Christian Boisson. Christian, good morning. So nice to finally connect. Yeah, I'm often
Yes.
struggling. I'm very often struggling with my guests. There's so much going on. Rescheduling. But now we are here. It's for real, right? So
Okay. Yes.
yeah, so nice to have you. We connected some time ago. I got your book.
Okay.
Wonderful book. We'll talk about the book a bit later. Um, I have this question recently I have been enjoying for opening these conversations.
Yeah.
So I will start with the same question. It's a very sophisticated question, I would say. Tell us about your photography.
Wow. It's a difficult question, but what I would like to say, um, I'm trying to when I'm somewhere, I'm trying to experience something in the place where I am, and uh, what I'm feeling at this moment. I would like to share it through my photos. Um, when I'm somewhere and I feel some emotions, and I see something which can be interesting, and I take the photo. I would like to provoke this emotion to the persons who are watching them.
So kind of trying to translate the scene in front of you through your image
Yes,
into.
yes. When I'm part of the event, when I'm part of the place, or I would like to share it through my photos.
You mentioned somewhere that you discovered photography already as a child.
Yes.
First going through those magazines. When you
Yes.
were a little kid, you saw the photographs in the newspapers, in the magazines. Do you still remember like your emotions from back then? You wrote somewhere that yeah, many images of those times were kind of troubling, the Vietnam War kind of images, documentary photographs. Do you remember those emotions still, you being a child and looking at those images? Was it already something that you thought like, wow, this is something special? And
Yes, absolutely. Yes, what I explained is, I felt, sometimes I remember that I was without words, without, like if I was stuck in front of the image, because I think I was feeling the fear and maybe the sadness, or some strong emotions that the soldiers and that the people from Vietnam could show through the photos. And recently, 2 weeks ago, I was in Paris for an exhibition of Marc Ribou, who made a lot of photos about Vietnam. And it was very strange for me because I reconnected with the emotions I felt as I was a child, because I didn't understand what was happening completely. I was maybe 6 or 7, and yeah, it was um, very surprising. I didn't have the understanding of what was happening, but I was feeling it.
it's kind of always, again and again, kind of shocking, like those child experiences we have, whatever it might be. In this case, also you looking at the images, that it stays in us, that it
Yes.
resurfaces in some way. Now, maybe also in some way that this will be interesting to touch on, if it manifests itself today, and in what way in your own work? Because you're working now in projects. I mean, you have one big project, ongoing
Yeah,
project, right? The Once Upon a Face,
yeah,
where you, as I understand, you plan your travels, you plan the locations, but
yes,
at the same time, you were also often referring to something like to this quote by Pablo Picasso: "I don't seek, I find."
yeah,
But these days, it's a little bit of seeking as well, I guess, right? You are looking for those places, for those
yeah.
locations.
Uh, I want. Uh, First, I want. I try to be part of it, and that's what I. Again, I try to share with my picture that I was part of this event.
So the project, and I will share some images from the project. Once upon a Face. Uh, how did you come up with this idea? What fascinated you in the first place in this topic, in those stories?
Um, the story is like that. Um, I wanted to make a photographic trip dedicated to photo, only to photo, and I decided to go to India because I knew that in India I like to take photos, and I decided to go to two places, two cities that I knew, which are Haridwar and Varanasi. And because it was a photographic trip, I said to myself, I have to find a theme, something, a topic to work on it. And it was, it is, these two cities are cities, holy cities, places of pilgrimage. So very spontaneously, I said, okay, I can work on that topic, on faith. What are the people going there? What are the emotions there? Uh, and I started like that. Of course, uh, it's something which interests me. Uh, what are what is um, the goal of the people who are going to such places? In India, especially, they are making a lot of kilometers, uh, and the meaning of the pilgrimage is very important for them. Sometimes it's a trip of a life for them, and I wanted to try to catch uh, what was the experience of these people. Uh, I did it the same in France too, in Lourdes, and also in for the pilgrimage of the Gypsy people in the south of France. And there was some similarities. Um, how the people are going deep in them. Uh,
Did,
and
sorry to interrupt.
yeah,
Did you have chances to talk to those people, to some of them? You are just documenting, or you're engaging with the people in some way?
um, I try to engage, especially in India. The first time I went to this big pilgrimage, which is called the Kumbh Mela, I met with people, and this year I spent 4 weeks at the Kumbh Mela, at the same place, and I took more time with some people. For example, 2 days. I was during 2 days with a group of pilgrims, and I shared with them their rituals. I went with them, and I tried to understand what was bringing them there. Um,
So
and
you're getting really involved also into the process, into
Yeah,
cra-
and also in India, the people are very easily coming to you and asking, "What are you doing here? You are a foreigner. What are you doing? Why are you coming there?" And so. when we can speak English together, we start to discuss, and it's interesting, very interesting. It's helping to be more part of it.
Mhm. How does it work in terms of? I mean, you are entering those religious places, sacred places, right? People, praying. Maybe I understand this may be different situations when it's pilgrimages taking place, or also people moving. That
Yeah.
how. But at the end of the day, it's a very intimate, private kind of religious situation. You being with a camera there, what's
Yeah.
your approach? What's your approach exactly to, at one hand, respect their privacy,
Yes. Absolutely.
on the other hand, document. You have to be there physically, right? So how do you move? How do you behave on location?
Uh, I try to come as close as I can, and of course, if the people show me that they don't want to see me there, I respect it. But most of the time, especially in India, that's why it's very easy to take photos in India. The people wants to show them and agree to show them, and also uh, they are proud that you come to see them and to try to understand them, and they are very interested in that process. Why you are coming? And if
Mm.
you are coming, it means you are interested by us. So I agree to show you what I'm doing, what I'm practicing.
Is it very different, like in Lourdes in France, or
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, because we in Europe we don't have the same link with photo, so it's the same. I mean, if the people, if I'm part, when I was in Lourdes, I was taking photos. The people saw that I had a camera, and if they were showing that they didn't want me to take the photos, I respect, of course.
Mhm.
But in India, the people are coming to you and they ask you to take photos, so it's totally different.
Very interesting. Let's look at four exact situations from different places. So maybe you will remember, what was happening in those places exactly. Let me just share the screen here. Um, let's start with this image.
Oh, yeah.
Take us through it. Do you remember the situation?
Absolutely. It was some years ago. It was in Varanasi. It was early in the morning. The people are going to the Ganga River to have some their rituals. Um, and I was sitting on the ghats. The ghats are some staircases beside the river, and I was watching all the situations, but at this moment, I was working mostly with Zoom, and I could catch some pieces of some scenes, and you know that sometimes you see it's very quick. You see something, you take the photo, and after you discover all the things which are in the photo, For example, I saw this man, but I didn't see the woman first. But maybe unconsciously I saw her.
Mhm.
But first I saw the man, because it's part of of the ritual to take water and to turn and to spread water at the 4 points, north, south, east, west. And so I saw him, and
Do you work with, when you visit places like this, do you work with different lenses at the same time? You have two cameras, or because I can imagine you are, suddenly you are in a church or in a temple or whatever it might be, and you need this wide angle probably sensor. What do you gear when you travel the places?
I changed my way of working. This image is from 2016, and at this time I was working. Uh, it's a joke with a friend. because I bought the camera, but I didn't have enough money to buy a very sophisticated lens, and I bought a second-hand lens, which was 35 millimeters, 350. I had, uh, okay, I had that, and so it offered me many opportunities. The second time I went to India, it was in 2019 for the Kumbh Mela. I had two cameras, and I was using uh, two zooms, 24-70 and 16-35. And this year I changed totally, and I went only with a camera with a fixed lens of 28 millimeters.
Okay, so you experiment with different approaches and then
Yes, and of course, it changed my way of taking photos because, for example, this year I was obliged to be more part of it, more close, and I appreciate it more because I think it's more interesting for me to do that.
let's look at the next situation, next image.
Um, it's in Varanasi too. It's a ceremony which happens every evening near the Ganga River. It's called Ganga Aarti. It's a ceremony in which the people are offering the light to the Ganga goddess, which is the goddess of the river. And now it's I went this year to Varanasi too, and um, it's more. It's becoming like a show now. It's very crowded, and many people are there. And I liked especially this one because there was not so many people um, attending this ceremony, and I liked very much the ambience. And also, uh, I recognize that I like to take pictures in the night
Mm-hmm.
uh, because I like the ambience of the light. And yes, I'm taking a lot of photos during the night.
Yeah, I was about to ask you actually because I have never been to India. I have, it's on my list, but I heard a lot about it, and exactly like Varanasi being a place which is in a way popular. I mean, with tourists in a way, and maybe with photographers. So I was trying to figure out when looking at your images, because they evoke some kind of, quietness it's a silent ceremony. But as you say, maybe there's thousands of people around. Like,
Lot of
what's the balance in there, or is there a better time to go and visit such place? Did this place?
For now, I couldn't say that. I don't know. But what is interesting in India, it's the biggest country in the world, so you have people everywhere. And what I wanted to show also is in these places you have a lot of people. It's very crowded, but at the same times you have some places also, or some moments very quiet. And you can see also that people in the crowd, they can find, because they are praying, because they are with their beliefs, with their faith. It seems they are like in their bubble, and they are alone in the crowd. And so you can't find peaceful places even if it's very crowded. For example, the Kumbh Mela is the most important pilgrimage in the world. There's a millions people who are coming there, and at the same time, some people, you have quiet places, you have moments where you can have meditation or being very, very peaceful.
Okay, I see. So
It's like a paradox. You know, India is a country of paradox. So it's crowded, but you can be alone. It's beautiful and it's not beautiful. It's clean, it's dirty.
you have everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very with many paradoxes.
Okay.
Mm.
Now we are switching locations, right?
Yes, right, absolutely. We are in Lourdes, and it's in the big modern church of Lourdes. And I was impressed because there was a lot of people uh, who were very, as I said, in their bubble. They were in their inner side, praying, and it was, yeah, very amazing to see that, how deep the people were concentrated in their praying.
Are you a religious person yourself?
Not so much. No.
Yeah. It's interesting because um, I am also, I would say, someone who, I don't define myself as religious. I am,
Yeah.
seeking. I
Yeah.
trying to understand everything, those meanings, and my place. But being in places like this, definitely, sense this special energy. You get impressed. You get almost like involved. Yeah, also in this thinking process and in the emotions, and especially when you're walking. I can imagine walking around with a camera and trying to capture those moments. It's something sucking you in, like you are really becoming a part of it, right?
Yes, absolutely. And again, staying in the two experiences I'm speaking about in the Kumela. The first time I stayed there 2 weeks, and this year I stayed there 4 weeks. Of course, during that all that time, I'm how can I say it? I am I receive something from the ambience. The people are coming there. Uh, I said it's, for example, the trip of their life, and there's very special ambience, very spiritual ambience, and of course, I receive something like that. And when I come back, I'm still with something of the emotions, of the feelings, of the ambience of that places.
This is I love it. Also about photography, and you will agree for sure. Like wherever we go, especially that we involve with our eyes. We try to capture it. Then we, bring those images home, and this part of us, it's still over there, but it's also through those photographs. It's
Yes.
such an enriching, right, experience.
When I came back this year, I said many times, okay, I have my feet here in France, but my mind is still, my spirit
Exactly.
is still there.
Yeah. Wonderful. Tell us about the book. So you created the book, right?
Yes,
On this is images from India, right?
yes.
Uh, Tell us about this process. How did you go about it? What did you learn? You had to select pictures, right? What was your approach? But mainly, like, what did you learn maybe the most when creating a book of photographs? So
It was a very interesting and very strong experience, because uh, being a photographer is it's not my job. Okay, the first question was about who I am to make a book. I am. Is it right that I want to make a book? So I had to struggle with that, with some being legitimous, to have
legitimate.
legitimacy, yes, of doing it. And at the same time, um, I wanted to share my images because we are taking photos, and the photo exists when you show your photos. You have different options. You can make exhibitions. You can make book also. It's a way to show what you are doing. Otherwise, your photos are in your computer and nobody see it. So it was an experience which was strong at two levels: personal level, as I said, who I am to make a book, so about legitimacy, and to show what I'm doing. So if you show what you are doing, you receive criticize. So it's an experience and it's interesting, and but you receive also some acknowledgement, and it's important too. But at a photographic level, it was important also because, as you said, I have to select photos. So it brings some questions like, what do I want to show? Which story I want to tell? Which emotions I want to share? Which emotions I want to try to create, to provoke to the people who are watching. So it was very difficult to select the photos, and also uh, it helped me to change my way of taking photos, because uh, in my selection I could say, oh, this kind of image, I prefer it, and I would like to work more in that way. um,
How long was the process? Do you remember this time period from the really first moment, the inception of the idea, I maybe want to create a book, till the actual, holding the final copy in your hand? How long was this time frame in your case?
um, at the beginning, maybe I had the idea during uh, 6 months before doing anything, and after I started to make it more concrete, to select photos and to take contacts, and after it take around 1 year, so 1 year and a half. But many people told me that it was short.
Okay. And the idea, of creating a book, did it come at some point when you already had, maybe hundreds of images from India, or was were those trips to India already
No,
with an idea of creating a book?
no. I didn't have the idea of creating a book. No. And it came after. Uh, uh, when I came back from India in 2019, I came back with some photos, and I didn't like my photos because they were not reflecting the intensity of emotions I felt during the Kumbh Mela, and so I wasn't interested in my photos, and there was a COVID time, and I took time to watch my photos again and again, and day after day, or week after week, I learned to like my photos, and the photos of 2019, uh, I made a link with the one of 2016, and it was like a block. There was some, for me, some Koreans,
Yeah, coincidence.
not coincidence. It was meaningful to put them together.
Experience. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and after that came the idea of making a book.
I think I found the title for our interview when I released this video. It's beautiful what you said. I learned to like my photos.
Yes.
I mean, this is. I have to touch here because for our viewers that they know that by profession you're actually a psychologist.
Yes.
So I feel it so often during this conversation. You know how you are balancing through those different layers of emotions, you know, psychology and mixing it all up, and how the way you talk about it. Uh, do you think this time exactly to learn to like our own photos? It's such an interesting idea. Like, how often do we need this time?
Yes. Um, because when my in my experience, okay, uh, when I come back from a place, if I look at my photos, I'm still with the emotions, and I will make a selections mostly about my emotions. I want to feel again what I experienced in the place. But if I take time, my glance change.
Mhm.
I'm not selecting with emotions. I'm selecting with what I want to show, and with some maybe more some aesthetic criterias more than emotions. And I think we need to have this time before making selection. I have a friend, when he comes back from a trip, he don't watch, he don't look at at his photos,
Mm,
and he waits maybe 6 months, 8 months, and after he look at his photo. Me, I cannot. I have to watch.
yes. I, I am kind of on the same side, but also it's interesting for me, and I would love to hear what you think about it because yeah, it's. I was thinking about this same concept recently. I am the one, you know, who reacts to something very emotionally. I think, even if it's a visual thing, it's sometimes I can't describe what it is. Then I look at the images very shortly after the fact, and of course, I still love them because I am
Yeah,
emotionally invested.
yeah,
Like you say, there is the concept of yeah, letting them sit for a week, months, half a year,
yeah,
look at them again. Then you are looking at them with a more objective eye. But at the same time, aren't those emotions which make us press the shutter here and there
yeah.
and there, and then those resulting images, aren't they who we are exactly? Should not be the language which we project into the world. I don't know. I am like on a fence here.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have the answer too, but uh, I mean, um, it's if you wait, I think it's a mix of these emotions and the aesthetic or aesthetic criteria. It must be a mix. For example, uh, I'm surprised when I watch my photos. I always remember the place and the moment I took it.
Mhm.
Even if I take thousands of photos, I can remember where it was because it's always connected with the emotion
Absolutely, yeah.
and with our sensibility when we took the picture. For example, uh, I am sensitive about the lights here, the shadows. So it impressed me. I take the photo, and of course, I will find again this emotion, this sensitivity when many months after.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, it's for a separate long discussion. This is such
yes,
an
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
One, Christian, 2025. So we are now in April. What are your plans? Are you going? You already went to India this year again, or you planning to go
No, no, I was there in January
in January? Okay. Where did you go?
to Prayagraj, which was called before Allahabad. and it's a very important city of pilgrimage. And the pilgrimage of the Kumbh Mela was this year during, like every time, during 45 days, and you have millions of people who are going there. And so I spent 4 weeks there, and my next project, I don't know if it will be possible, will be to go to Ethiopia, uh, because there are Christians. Some people are Christian and Orthodox Christian, and they're celebrating Christmas at the beginning of January, 6 or 7 of January, and especially in one place where the churches are caved in the mountains. Uh, I imagine there's beautiful lights there, so I would like to go to Ethiopia.
So you're planning 26 January?
Yes, I
If,
try.
okay, that would be a wonderful experience, right?
I hope.
So the book, making process, did it inspire you to create another one in the future, or you already have this urge, or it's not about it?
I don't know. I don't plan it, but I know that if it can be possible, but if I do it, uh, I will do it more simply, more simply. Yeah.
In terms of production and
Uh, yeah, it's a big book. There's a lot of photo. Yeah, and yeah, making it simpler. It means less pages, and try to, yeah, to tell a story.
Mhm.
To tell a story. Yeah.
Nice, nice. No, this book is amazing. I will also link to it. I will show it here. So everyone, have a look. This is a beautiful book, and
Thank you.
really shows the character and all the feelings, emotions happening in those places in India. So
Thank you very much.
Christian, thank you so much. Now we know a bit more about who is behind the project.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing those stories with us, and yeah, wishing you all the best. Hopefully, Ethiopia will happen. So
Yes.
we're looking forward to the pictures later. Yeah, yeah, we stay in touch.
Yes. Thank you too, Thomas. I felt honored to be in this interview, because I appreciate deeply the work you are doing on frames.
Thank,
Every day you're presenting a photograph, and yeah, it's very interesting.
thank you so much. This is thanks to people like you. The whole thing can be existing. People sharing their visions. Like you share yours. That's what is it all about. Yeah. So thank you so much once more. Appreciate you, and yeah,
Thank you very much, Thomas.
please stay in touch. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, yes. Bye bye.